Evening, Gasheads, and welcome back to another episode. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for everyone that is watching another episode 86. Plenty to talk about again, including another away defeat, and then we'll get on to Oldham as well. But yeah, hope everyone is doing well. Get your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks to everyone that's tuning in live. Do hit the like button. We had a lot of support on the other day's episode as well, nearly 80 likes. So if you can hit the like button again, if we can go for 70 or 80 likes again, that would be class. Make sure you subscribe. Just me and Neil tonight. Josh is busy tonight, so he should be back on Thursday. And also our Hemmings versus Hayner should be out either later on tonight or tomorrow as well on Josh's channel. So make sure you subscribe to Josh. Follow Josh as well. But yeah, joined by Neil. How are you doing, mate? Good?
Yeah, all good, mate. You all right?
Yeah, bad, mate. Yeah, not bad. Been a bit of a been a bit tired recently. these away trips. So yeah, I think nearly 20 hours I've done traveling over the last 2 away games. So it's been a bit stupid, but yeah, it is what it is. Always doing it for the gas. Yeah, even into Matt as well. Jason MH, yeah, get your thoughts in the comments. If there's any talking points you think we should talk about, then do let us know. But yeah, there's been a bit of a link with a player. I'm sure most of you might have seen it if you're on Twitter or X, if you will. Dylan, I don't even know how you pronounce his name, but basically he's an Irish midfielder, centre midfield, 21 years old from Larne. There's been a lot of reports in Ireland saying that we're linked with him, as well as I think Warsaw and a couple of other League Two clubs, but we won't really get into much because we haven't seen any major posts. So yeah, if anything happens with that, then you'll probably see it in a few episodes down the line. But yeah, even into Neville as well, even into Dave Brimble as well. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Of course, we've got the fan hub stuff, all our socials in the blue thing scrolling there. So if you want to go and follow that, use the code, etc. But yeah, let's get into it. Another defeat. Obviously, that record. Yeah, Gas love breaking records, don't they? 3 league defeats to start the season for the first time in 60 years. We all did predict a loss, all being sort of fairly honest in what we've seen so far this season. Josh got it spot on. He said 3-1. Me and Neil both said 3-0. But yeah. Neil, let's get into your thoughts first of all. What did you make of the red card? Are you on agreement with a lot of other Rovers fans and players and manager thinking it wasn't a red, or what do you make of that decision?
Yeah, I struggle. I've watched it a few times, and with my players hat on, I don't even think it's a foul.
No, I don't.
I don't even think it's a foul, mate. Like, I'm looking at it and I just think there's nothing in it to suggest that even if that ball ran through and he went over it, they've collided. He's lent into him. He's pretty much done everything you should do, really, as a fullback in that situation, apart from the initial getting the wrong side of him. Like, his recovery's not that terrible. It's not that. I mean, if it got pulled back for a foul, I'd sort of accept it. But it ain't sending off. It's not a sending off. But I mean, if we start going down the rabbit holes of complaining about referees, we'll be here every week because they're bad every week. It's just I never ever get into referees. I never have done because they're bad every week. Sometimes you get the red with the green. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah,
I don't think it affects the result massively. I still think we get a beat with 11 regardless. But I mean, it's a bitter one to take because it ain't a red card.
Yeah, definitely. Andrew saying if it was inside the box, it was a pen. Andrew's also saying it was sending off, shirt pulling. And even into Joe Jarrett as well. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, Tom's saying I can see why it was given in this day and age, but it was soft as hell. Yeah, to be fair, a lot. Like when I first seen it, I was like, yeah, you're having a laugh. And even when I've watched it back, yes, he pulls his shirt, but are we saying that we can't even pull a shirt nowadays? Like it's silly.
It's how you interpret it. Like if you're going on letter of the law again, like the game and the laws don't marry up. Like,
no,
officials and players see the game completely differently. That's why you have the arguments because emotionally they're not invested in what's going on like players are in the way that they operate. But so they fail to understand like the mechanics of how a game operates, the reasons why things happen, and how things lead on to other things. They just see the letter of the law as the letter of the law, which is a bit naive in my eyes. I understand that there's someone up in the stand somewhere assessing them and they have to do the job that they're told to do. But I mean, through my time, I spoke to a number of referees during and before a game, and a comment that comes out a lot of the time is, I don't want to give this, but I have to. That's just, you know what I mean? That's how backwards it is.
Yeah, it's mad. Like, yeah, it's. Do you know what annoys me even more is that the Dobra was already going down even before he touched him.
But if the shoe's on the other foot, if you're a Chesterfield player, a manager, member of staff, he's done everything you want him to do. He's done everything you want him to do. Like, they've played chess there and he's won. You know, ultimately. So all power to him. He's done what he should have done. If that's whoever at the other end for us, you're applauding him for buying and winning a foul and getting someone sent off. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, it does work both ways. But yeah, it's a shame that a lot of the time we're never really on a good end of one of those. But it is what it is. Even into the glove as well. Today is 160 days since 11th of March, our last competitive win. Yeah, it's mad. They are, Jason saying they're not an ex-player at the end of the day. Yeah, well, there's that thing when it apparently, that was his first. I mean, yeah, obviously we'll get onto the performance, but yeah, obviously the officiating was crap, but it did have a big say in it. Obviously, we'll get into some other things, obviously, during the game in a second, but yeah, it is really annoying. They were both a shambles, the official and the ref, but we'll get into the game shortly. David Moody, even to you as well, decision changed the game. Any truth in the rumour that was the ref's first game in the EFL? Yeah, that's what I heard, but I don't know how true it is, but someone did tell me at halftime. Even into Catalin V, good evening, guys. That was not a red card in a million years. Greetings from Romania. Up the gas. Yeah, global gas. Love it. Appreciate it. Yeah, good to see. There's gas heads everywhere. Worldwide gas, as we love to see. Let's get into the actual game. Of course, let us know your thoughts. Like I said, if there's any other talking points you want to get into, I don't really want to get into the shambles that's going on around the Hutchinson after the game, because we'll be here all evening. I've already had, I've seen obviously mad comments and everything going mental on forums and Twitter. So I don't really want to get into that. But if there's any other talking points you want to bring up, then let us know. It's your guys' choice. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, Neil, what did you make of the actual performance? Because obviously, with the team news wise, obviously Lapata made his debut. Rovers went with the back three again. There was a couple of changes from our last game against Fleetwood in the league. Obviously, there was a few changes from the Tuesday game, but I think even though every single Rovers fan wanted to see four at the back, obviously I went with the three at the back again. What was your thoughts on how we obviously started first half, second half, the goals, etc.? What did you make of it?
Yeah, when I saw how he was setting up, it screamed damage limitation to me. That side was set up to stifle, make it difficult, plenty of stoppages, and just make it messy. It was a damage limitation setup, and go as long as you can to stay in the game and try and do something at the end of the game if you're in that position, really. And I sort of understand why he's done that. To be honest, we're not blessed with, there's nothing we're good at the minute. There's nothing this side is good at the minute to go and hang your hat on and say that's the way we're going to look to try and get success with doing that. So he's gone to Chesterfield, who were purring, and I sort of understand why he's done what he's done. But system-wise, I don't take much from it, to be honest. It's not a system thing. This is not a system thing. It's a personnel thing. We haven't got quality in certain areas to go and deliver a performance you need to do, whether it be in a 3 or a 4. You can say, we look better in a 4, but normally we go back to a 4 and we're getting beat, don't we? As far as I'm aware, I just don't. it'd be hard after, 3-4 games to really, really hang your hat and say that is definitely the best way to go to get success. Because the way I look at it, whether you play a 3 or 4, it's still shit. You can say it's better, but if you're looking, if all you're looking for is, like I said before, if you're looking for better than Cambridge, how low's the bar fallen?
Yeah, definitely.
If all you're hanging if what you're clutching onto is going, oh yeah, we got done 3-1, but that was a better performance, you're screwed all season. Because I think, like, I'm not here to batter Clark. I'll never be here to batter Clark. I'll just say it how I see it. But the one thing he said after the game, which rings true, is when he got asked a question to try and a loaded question to try and get some form of positive feedback. The best thing Clark could have said and did say was, "You can't take nothing positive from that. We've just been licked 3-1. That's just that, and that's it. There's no grey area. That is what it is. Stop trying to find little nuggets of positivity over something which is dreadful."
Yeah, that's fair. What was your thoughts on I mean, it's pretty much the same thing what we're seeing, but what did you make of their 3 goals? It's just the same, really, isn't it? What we're seeing.
I look at Chesterfield and I feel like the impression I got from them was they'd go in, turn the screw whenever they wanted to. I didn't, even when it got to 1-1, I still didn't feel like they were on the ropes, looked uncomfortable, were flustered at any point. I feel like when it went to 1-1, Paul Cook, being Paul Cook, looked at his bench and went, okay, well, we've got ourselves into a position where I didn't want to use what I've got here because we've got Gillingham on Tuesday that we've got to get to. But these lot have forced my hand now. Let's go and throw on, who was it? Grigg, Mandeville, whatever, and we'll just go and get it done that way. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as the goal goes, I think it's if you look at it, it's a deep cross again. It's an aerial. Someone's won an aerial first contact, and he's got it perfect, and it sailed in. And the second one again, it's an aerial first contact, and at that position, when you've got yourself into a game of even with 10 men, to do what you've done there from a dead ball with 5 minutes left is criminal.
Yeah, it's crazy, yeah.
McFadden's he's run off of one without. I think he's run off of Mola. Mola's not even put his arm out.
It's either Mola or Sparks, one of them. I can't remember.
I think he's run off of Mola, and Mola's not even tried to affect his run. He's just run off him. And then when he's got into Sparks' eye line, Sparks not even done anything to link. He's effectively gone from 2 bodies in one movement, and no one's even touched him. Like, I'm not saying win the header, but I'm saying, i.e., affect the run, affect his balance, affect his jump. You can't just let him do that with 5 minutes ago when you've just managed to scrape yourself back into a game. That, like, at any level, from any coaching standpoint, from any dead ball set piece situation, it's pathetic. Like, you've got to, I'm not saying win the header, because the delivery's decent and the run's really good. You've got to affect it. You've got to do something to affect that. You can't just let him have a free go at it. But I've said this with Clark before, and again, I'm not here to batter the bloke. I've seen it before with him, and I'm seeing it again, where we've got ourselves to 1-1 with 10 men, and 2 minutes after the goal, he's dragged Promise, who is technically, I don't think Promise is a blessed footballer, to be honest. I mean, he's an athlete, he's big, strong, and he's
injured anyway, wasn't he?
But
he had a knock.
I feel like he gets you up. He could get you up the pitch. He can win fouls. He can delay play. He can make stoppages happen. He can be awkward with his back to goal. And he's dragged him, and he's brought on the Swiss kiddie to run in behind on a break and go for goal. Know when you're onto a good point. You've got to know when you're onto a good point. You should have looked to do everything you can to shut that game down dead. Stoppages, ball out of play, go down injured, drag that game into deep water of that game being nothing. No flow, no play, no nothing. Take yellows if you have to, but get out of there with a point. But me saying that's all well and good, but if you're going to defend a set piece like that, you've got no chance. But I'm just thinking, like, don't roll the dice. Just try and get out of there with a point.
Yeah.
Like, don't go to the point of, oh, we've got ourselves back into the game with 1-1. There might be a bit of momentum with us. We'll chuck on the rapid kiddie to try and get in behind them when they're pushing. Don't get overexcited by that. Just understand where that game's going, where you are, the situation you're in. Stop the bleeding and get out of there with something.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm pretty sure he did have a knock though. He did have a knock. So
Promise did.
Probably it. Yeah. Promise did.
Okay, even if that's the case, try and navigate your side round, not going for goal. Like, you don't have to, you can still go to corners, you can still win fouls, you can still get up the pitch in a sequence of events. But you don't have to roll the dice, because every time the ball went forward, it kept coming back, and all we're doing is squeezing that way, and the ball's coming back that way, and the flow of play is constantly building and building. But again, like I'm saying, you can look at that and pick that out of the course of events, or you can look at the fact of the way we're defending set pieces. Because if pressure builds and the ball's coming in the box, I mean, I can't remember one time we put the ball into their box and we won a first contact. I don't think we won a first contact in their box airily. I'm talking airily.
Airily, yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, there's lessons to be learned here, and I'm going to go back to it. I'm not here to batter the bloke. I'm just saying, just stop the bleeding as quick as you can. Take even Tuesday. If it means there's a nailed on point to have it and you might be able to win that game, there's a chance you can go and win that game, and you've got a point staring in your face. Just take it. Stop the bleeding and build on something.
Yeah. I definitely do get you. It's tough, isn't it? Because first half, I mean, I probably try to be way too. Oh, here he is. Josh is here.
I just thought I'd pop in and say hello, because I can't.
How's it going?
Stay,
You good?
But it's just a bit of FOMO, mate. I miss Neil's face. I miss your face, even though I've seen you 8 times today already. But yeah, I just thought I'd say hello and goodbye, because I have to get on with editing Hemmings versus Hayne. All right.
Yeah. Sound.
All right. Love you guys. Take care. Adigas. Oh. Right. Off I go. Bye bye.
There you go. That was a bit random, but there's Josh. It was. Yeah, I definitely think I tried to be too. I mean, I obviously, as most of you guys know, I try and be honest with everything I give anyway. But first half we were okay. Obviously, like Neil said, we're trying to, because our expectations and our performances have been so poor for a while now. Even this season, obviously we've gone into it. We've obviously started poorly with 3 losses. But of course, possession-wise, Chesterfield were pretty much dominating. Although that a lot of instances we were defending it quite well. I think there was one opportunity before they scored where I think it was McFadstein had a good header saved by Southwood, but they weren't really doing much. But at the other time, like us with the ball at the moment, I mean, you only got to look at the pass accuracy. I think it was 59% first half. It was again, and I get it, Chesterfield, but it wasn't even that. Like we're just long balling it a bit too much. Like you mentioned, it was happening a lot more second half, but even first half it was happening, like where we would just long ball it, can't get hold of it, and then it would just keep coming back. But obviously at the time, 0-0. I mean that. I think, well, everyone watching, whether you were there or at home watching it, that promised chance, it's massive. Yes, I mean, big moments change games, and I mean, you might have your thoughts and people might have their opinions, but I think it could have easily been a different game if we go 1-0 up. Like he has to score that. He has to score that, whether you take a touch, because Howley done really well to get it to him. But yeah, he has to score that. What was your thoughts on that chance? Because like you said, I think that was I think before the goal, I think us and Chesterfield only had one shot on target each, but that chance was massive when it 0-0. You know, everyone might have different opinions to it. Obviously, whether it will change it, or at least we go 1-0 up and we get that confidence. But yeah, what did you make of that opportunity?
Yeah, I think if that, no matter what level you're playing at, if that opportunity falls to your centre forward, you expect that to go in. I think that chance there pretty much tells you everything you need to know about where Omocheri is as far as his development as a centre forward. He hasn't got any awareness of where he is. He's got no awareness of where he is in relation to between the posts there, because his body shape, the way he struck it, his balance is miles off. Do you know what I mean? That's not a number 9's finish. That it's, like I said, I don't think he's technically the most blessed centre forward in the world, but you don't have to be successful in certain aspects. You're going to come up against one Tuesday in Fondop who's the same, but he knows he can find goals through being ugly, aggressive, and awkward. But yeah, he didn't know where he was. He had no spatial awareness of where he was as far as being in that box there, and he was a million miles off, and the shot told it so. But I think I can't help but think that if that goes in, it just does what I think that I said about what Cook could do. It just triggers them. It just triggers them to go, right, we got to kick on here. And I never felt like at any point in that game Chesterfield were concerned by anything we did, whether it be with or without the ball.
Yeah. Michael Dunn says, well,
I mean, let's be honest. Once that chance has gone missed, once that chance is missed and it's still 0-0, after that, Chesterfield could have gone 4 up.
Yeah. They had a lot. They had a lot. It's just so frustrating because, you know, it always happens. I said it in my video. It always happens. I can, like, throughout the years, like certain teams, and this could be with Joey, Barton, Trollope, you name it. Whenever we've gone down to 10 men, we always concede straight away, and we can never get anything from a game, no matter what manager. If someone can let us know, like the last time, like we didn't lose a game or we didn't concede straight away, because from the games, it's so frustrating because, you know, for us to concede I don't even know how it goes in, because there's so many players on the line. There's 2 players. I think Naylor gets it. I don't know how it goes in, but it's such a poor goal.
It's the trajectory of it, isn't it? It's the trajectory of it. The ball's come in and the way he's looped it back to where it's come from. And I don't think it had changed it dropping in. But if you look where it's dropped, it's near perfect. You know, side netting, coming from underneath the crossbar. I think Ellis might have even got a finger on it. I'm not too sure, but what's beat them all is the trajectory of it and the fact it's come back from where it's come from.
Yeah. Jason saying was Thomas on the bench. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was on the bench. It's just so frustrating because first, obviously ended the second half, or started the second half. Sorry, started really well. Went to a 4. We were actually looking quite good. Obviously, I think we get a deserved equaliser. I think we did put him on the front foot. I don't think they was expecting it. I don't think, you know, obviously we were hoping we would, and we did. We did do really well to get it back in. We had a couple of opportunities before that as well. But yeah, it was some good play. Obviously, the ball come in, deflection, and Hutchinson, I thought he played well when he come on. Got his goal, our first goal from open play. And then you think, you know, like you said, obviously as a fan situation, you're thinking, I was thinking, you know, Chesterfield were there for the taking. But yeah, like you said, a lot of, especially away from home, and in obviously the period we're at the moment when we can't buy a win. You know, there is obviously certain things, and like I just don't. I get it in a way why Darryl has has gone back to the back three. After that, I think Howley come off. Obviously, he's not really played loads of minutes. But yeah, it was, and obviously Promise had that knock. But it's just so frustrating. Like you could just see it coming. Obviously, after that, like you said, Southwood made 5 or 6 brilliant saves. And yeah, if it wasn't for him, it could have quite easily been a different game. Obviously, yeah, there was me, and obviously we're trying to find. But like you said, it's just the really frustrating thing about the manner in which because me and Benji, who I was with at the game, and a lot of people obviously were getting quite frustrated with Mola, but it's just so frustrating. Like before that corner, I think he either he doesn't judge the ball when it goes out for a corner, then we just concede. It's just so easy at the moment. Like we're sort of just it's just so frustrating. The goals we're conceding, even the third goal, like we're sort of even with 5 at the back, we're sort of all over the place. Ball down the side and this easy ball in, and just no one's there. And yeah, then it's 3-1. And then by that time, it's definitely game over. I mean, what was your? Obviously, I know you said it before. Whether we should try and sort of grind out. That's the problem as well with our team, and we've not really been like it for a while either. Where we can sort of annoy the other team, annoy the home fans, make it slow, take longer with the ball and stuff like that. It's just a bit too easy, isn't it? Well, I'd say a bit. It's a lot, way too easy at the moment, conceding goals and just not seeing anything out really, or being a shithouse. Like we don't really have any shithouse players in the team either, or the sort of the way we're playing.
Well, I said it before a ball was kicked, didn't I? That it looks soft. Like that squad, it looks like a soft side. To be honest, it doesn't look like a side that even if we became a side that was possession based, well oiled with the ball and could move it, and we had nice patterns, and everyone had an understanding of what we were looking to achieve, and we could build momentum on the front foot. I still look at a lot of these League Two sides and think, yeah, okay, Bristol Rovers can operate like this, but if we go and get after them and get about them, it will stifle them, and they won't be able to do it. And I feel like when a side wants to, whether we're home or away, want to say, do you know what, we'll just go toe to toe with you for raw aggression, we're going to come up short.
Yeah. It's just so frustrating. It's just so frustrating. That was the player I said earlier. Yeah, Dylan Sloan, Irish player. I'm not sure, but there's been reports in Ireland, but we'll see what happens with that one. I've seen another one that we're linked with a player from, I think it's Scotland or Ireland, a striker as well. I can't remember his name now. Mackenzie Kirk, I think it is, a striker. I've seen that earlier, but another young player, like you said, we're missing proper dogs and leaders in the side. You said it, we've said it on repeat for a while now, all of us, to be honest, and fans as well have said in different streams, videos, after games. Obviously, thanks to everyone obviously just leaving their thoughts on the socials as well, what we've been doing with the games. But yeah, it's just really frustrating. Joe saying tactics, formation, whatever you want to highlight, this lot aren't or don't have the mental ability to play competitive sport. They just fold. Embarrassing. Jason saying, unfortunately, I can't see players that will get us goals this season. Again, not creating. Again, we're not creating a lot. I think what did we have? 3 shots on target. I think one big chance. That was the promised chance, and that's about it. But yeah, obviously we got two important games. I mean, I know every game is important, but obviously the form we've been on, obviously results wise, starting this season. Yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts? The next 2 games, obviously Oldham at home, obviously which we'll get into in a minute, and Cambridge at home. Obviously we're playing them again after we played them in the cup last week, but it is a massive opportunity. But yeah, we got to go and find something, can't we? Because obviously I know it's still early, but yeah, fans are obviously fed up. you know, by performances, results, etc. What's your thoughts on those next two home games? Because if we're going to get anything, I mean, especially Tuesday, but we desperately need a win, of course. But even at home game, especially after how poorly the Cambridge game ended, and obviously the way we started, the way fans are frustrated. What do you make of the next two home games coming up? We need to get something, don't we? Then there needs to be something to make fans,
Yeah, ultimately, you need to get something as quick as you can, whether that comes in the next 2 games, 3 games, or whenever it comes along. And this group need to know that they can achieve points, whether it be 1 or 3. Because at the minute, I feel like I know it's only 4 games, and I know that there's last season, and we can get into the politics of what you believe in and what you don't believe in as far as clean slate or it's a carryover or whatever. But I would, again, my own experiences, I would have thought that Clark, after 4 games now, will be close to losing a few of these as far as mentally. I think they're shot. I think he'd have lost them. I think you can only say so much as a coach and start drilling some at home. And if Clark is anything as a coach, he's a motivator rather than a tactician or savvy. And I think eventually that wears thin when you just keep getting pumped. And it wouldn't surprise me if he's lost a few of these already, as far as whether he knows it or not yet. So I think it's going to be difficult. And I'm not saying, I've said it before, I'm not saying this job's easy. It's not easy at all, but he's gone into it with his eyes wide open. He knows exactly what cattle he's there to work with. He knows exactly who they are. He knows exactly what they've done. And he knows exactly what the budget is. And he's got who he's wanted as far as what he's brought in. And if he's missed out on a few, then that's life. So as much as I'm not here to bash him, I'm not here to give him any sympathy either, because, like I said, eyes wide open, he knows what he's got. And eventually, got to get a tune out of this group. He's got to try and find a way of getting a tune out of this group, because I look at, and like I said before, difficult gig, granted. But if you look at, and I know it's a different situation, a different football club, and it might not be, the rot might not be as bad as this. But if you look at what Ainsworth's done at Gillingham, he's got them chipping away at points. Get a point here, and then that side are going to be galvanised and build himself on. Do you know what? We might not be the most beautiful football team in the world, but I know that us as a group, we can go there and make their life hell when they won't get nothing. And and then you've got something to build on. You can keep building on that. Yeah. And then you can get a rapport with your fan base, and everyone knows that when they come in to go and watch you, they'll say, do you know what? I don't expect us to go and roll a side over and win, but we'll be hard to beat. We'll be aggressive. We'll get in their face, and we'll go and take some off of these. Yeah. And that's what we need to get to. But again, how far is that bar falling if we're talking about this now after 4 games in League Two, after a full pre-season, when all the noise at the football club is, we're having a right good go at this. We're getting back. We're going to go and have a right good go at getting back up there. Like, I'm not saying all's lost because it's only 3 league games, but it looks horrible, doesn't it, at the minute?
Yeah, definitely. No, I mean, I think everyone will agree with that, because that's the thing. Like you said, that's the real problem. Like, it's a good point you made about obviously Ainsworth. You look at them, because even Shrewsbury, I know they've lost obviously 2 games, but obviously first game, that's the problem with Rovers. We're literally not getting any points or 2. We're not obviously just playing bad, but like you said, we're not getting any points at all. Like, like you said, that's a real issue. I think I agree with it. I do agree with it. You know, there needs to be something that we can build on, and like you said, at the moment, because it's, defeat and stuff.
If you're Paul Cook, if you're Mickey Mellon, if you're Neil Harris, and you're reviewing Bristol Rovers, you're even having them scouted, you're having them looked at, you've looked at their games, what are you feeding back to your players and your coaching staff, are saying, this is what Bristol Rovers are good at, this is what we need to stop them doing? Because I'm scratching my head.
Yeah, really. Yeah, as disappointing as it sounds, but we've all seen it. it's yeah, it's hard, really hard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because like you said, there needs to be building blocks, and at the moment, like you said, it's sort of the same stuff. Obviously, DC's coming out and saying, and a lot of the fans are saying, mentally fragile, effort or whatever you want to say, or whatever's been said. But like you said, there needs to be building blocks. There needs to be what style are we actually playing? Because I don't really know. There isn't a style at the moment. It's just long ball at the moment. There isn't a style. There's not really much passes being made, much football being played. Obviously we're not creating stuff. But like you said, there needs to be a style. But like you said, which is facts, is that there's no building blocks at all. Because it's just been a gradual thing of just losing and losing and losing. But there's literally been sort of nothing that we can get there and say, yes. Like, I want to come out after a game and say, yes, I know what we are. Because like you said, what when Mickey Mellon or whoever, when we play Grimsby, David Artell or Harris again on Saturday, they'd be saying, I mean, he's already seen, they were probably laughing their head off after that game the other night. But yeah, like you said, building blocks. But yeah, I mean, yeah, let's get into Oldham. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure you keep hitting the like button. If we can get again close to 80 likes like we did last week, that would be brilliant. Make sure you subscribe if you're not. I think there's been already 40 of you that have subscribed in the last week since we hit 6K. Make sure you subscribe to Josh. Follow the socials. Use the fan hub code and the socials down below as well. And in the next few weeks, we will also be announcing a couple of sponsors as well, which have friends of the show and other gases that have helped. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, of course, everyone, saying, mentality, even to Steve as well. Jason saying, Charlie, in your honest opinion, what players we play offer, in your opinion, what players we play offer us nothing? I mean, How
are you going to answer this? Go on.
No. It's annoying though, because I think I've said it again, and me and Josh said it last episode. A lot of the players are good players. They didn't all come to us on poor form and stuff. There's it's a whole, and yes, I know a lot of them, and it is. Don't get me wrong, we're all finding it hard, frustrating wise. I know, it's obviously going to be hard for the players, I know, because obviously every week it's just, they're losing, the fans are getting more angry, but all players, all the players in this team are good players. I might, and we all might, obviously some people go way, 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 way over the top, right? Don't get me wrong. And yes, a lot of them have been poor for a while, and even some of the new players haven't been that good or etc. But I'm still backing the boys. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, certain players frustrate me more than others, but I'm hoping that they can turn it around. But
there's a key word. You're hoping, because you've never seen any evidence that they can do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so if you were in charge of that football club and you came out and said, I hope they can turn it on, you'd be saying, get them gone. They've never done it. We can go. I'm not bothered. We can go through them one by one if you want to go like that, and we can both give our honest opinion. But I think you're too diplomatic to want to do it.
Well, yeah, I don't. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them obviously frustrate me at the moment.
Will we get promoted with this bunch? Do you believe third? You shouted third. You've seen this lot for 4 games now, 3 in the league. Does this bunch here mount a promotion push?
Ask me again after 10 games.
Okay, so in 10 games we are without a win and we have not picked up any points. Are you still saying these lot? Tell me in another 10 games.
If we ain't picked up any points after 10 games, then I'm done.
Why it shouldn't take you those 10 games to know or confirm what these players are? You've seen them for over 18 months.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, like, I say again, like, they're not. Yes, a lot of them have been way below par with us, but
It's like,
there's
yeah, but
stuff.
it's like having a really naughty kid that's in and out of young offenders, and you're going, oh, but he's a good lad. He is a good lad. The proof's in the pudding. The proof is there. How much more of it do you need to see?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's frustrating, but yeah, and I know, like, I mean, like, I don't even know. Like, I've just said, like, I've said so much, and obviously all of us have been through, like, hell and back, like, throughout not just the last couple of years, or, you know, there's been loads of times. But I mean, I do get your point, you know, but I don't know, it's just such a tough obviously predicament we find him in, and find ourselves in. And obviously it's really hard at the moment, because I just want to be talking about wins all the time, and I want it there to be.
But this is what I keep saying about you, mate. You're so desperate to love this group. You're desperate to love. You want them. You've got your Rovers art-shaped glasses on, looking at them. You want them to be your heroes. And that tough, mate. They're shit tough. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you've got to look at it and go, like, this group, right? And I'll tell you now, there is a good possibility that every single one of these players could go to another club and perform better than what they're doing. And prime examples, Luke Thomas. Look what happened at Barnsley. I mean, he was better than he's ever been when he played for us. I mean, but there's some players and there's some individuals, whether it be ability, mentality, attitude, whatever, will be better off for everyone probably away from this football club. Whether it's environment, coaching, mental welfare, just a new lease of life, whatever.
Yeah, environment,
like, these lot are treading through mud, and I can't see a lot of these getting any better. Like, the performances you've seen over months and months and months, you might get one or two that improve a bit, but does improving a bit rocket this side into anything? I think there's a lot of these, like, if we throw some examples out, like, say, like Mola, Taylor Moore, Luke Thomas, let's just take three off, for example. If they were out of contract in the summer, do you renew their deals? Last summer, before we carried on into this one?
No, I wouldn't. No.
And there you go. Do you see what I'm saying? This is like, if we try and look at it objectively,
Yeah. I do. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, we all know, like, all of us have been like this thing, like, and I hate, well, all of us hate bringing it up, but obviously, like you said, what we've seen and how we're all feeling, it's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you've seen me, you've laughed at me when I've done videos, and we've all talked about it, and everyone else has been to games, etc. And I've seen, like, how obviously, like, emotional and anger and frustration that there's been. But yeah, I mean, something surely has to like, there has to be some improvement. But
I expect if we look through the archives, you'd have said this at some point last season.
I probably have. All of us have.
You know
All of us would have said the same thing.
But the hope and evidence are two completely different things.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The evidence ain't looking good.
You're going into every game. You're lying to yourself. You're going into every game thinking that there's something to cling on to say there's a way that we can get a result here. Because, like I've said before, it's tough to highlight anything we are good at that we can be better at than another side. We are too easy to get found out.
Of course.
Yeah, and I don't think that's
way too easy.
I don't think, and again, I don't think it's about tweaking a system. It's not about tweaking a system one bit. I just think some of these players at this football club are done. They're done.
Yeah. I'm. To be fair, I'm not. It's hard doing it, because I could.
It's only hard if you make it hard, mate. I appreciate that you will love this football club a million times more than I ever will. I get that. I do. I get it. But the minute you start living in the grey area, you find nothing.
No, but I do get your point. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there is obviously players that frustrate me a lot more than others. But like, I don't know. It's just it's really hard because I could see it through both sort of areas. As a fan, and I could only imagine. I've not. You'll understand that you've played at a much more higher level than me, but I can understand it. Like, it must be, especially a lot of things like we were told and heard last season. Like it must be an absolute nightmare. Like, I'd hate it as well, but also it does.
Well, there's a lot to contend with, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a lot to contend with, isn't there? Because
I'm just gonna get my charger a sec. Keep talking for a few minutes.
On. I mean, ultimately, they're young men making their way in the game, and especially this season, they're on like 25% less money than they were last season off the back of a relegation on the CV. So they're not going to be over the moon or happy going into the season. And I expect a good few of these are probably looking for their way out anyway. There's going to be players there that definitely would, if they could get out, they'd want. If there was a way of getting out, they'd want to get out, and they jump at getting out. But if you're on a contract, which is probably far better than you're going to get anywhere else, with more longevity than you're going to get anywhere else, you'll just stick it out and say, do you know what? League One and League Two is about earning hard and fast. It's not about looking at playing for a 1-year deal elsewhere just to get yourself out of a bad environment. It's about, okay, I've got years left here on probably better money than I'm going to earn elsewhere due to the trajectory of the football club being terrible. No one in their right mind, no agent is saying, yeah, go on, you go and move there for a year on less money when you can earn, you're on here for 2 years on no money. Yeah, it's a crap environment, it's horrible, but you're picking up good dough, and this professional football ain't going to last forever. And like I've said, League One and League Two football is about earning hard and fast, because it's about making as much money as you can, so you don't have to work so hard after the game and after your career's gone. So it's a tough one, because in any other sort of industry or walk of life, you can pretty go, don't like this job, I'm going to go and try and find another one in the industry that I'm in and get the same sort of money for another company. Yeah, it's different for footballers. Like, a lot of these lads are on 1 and 2 year deals, and they've got to weigh up, well, who's going to pay me the most money, because you're one ACL away from your career going down to Swanee.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. There's loads. We could be here all night, to be fair, but yeah, it's tough. Hopefully, yeah. I'm just hoping, yeah. I mean, that word hope again, but hopefully, yeah, the good times are around the corner soon. But yeah, let's get on to Oldham. Thanks for the comment. Yeah, thanks for the comment as well from Steve. Yeah, keep hitting the like button. Appreciate the support, and everyone. Mark's saying, is this a setup? Leave him chatting. No, it's not. I had to get my phone charger from downstairs. Don't worry about that. Yeah, don't worry about that. But yeah, keep getting your comments. Keep liking, subscribe if you're not already. Keep showing your brilliant support for us, the channel, and everyone else. Let's get into Oldham then. They've drew 2 games. They've only lost the most recent game on Saturday against Swindon, which was also in the early kickoff. Drew with MK 0-0. Opening day, drew with Colchester at home. Obviously, there's a feel-good factor at that club after what the shambles they've been through for years, really. Obviously, getting promoted last season under Mickey Mellon. Usually play a 4-4-2. Really tall centre-backs, like to get out wide. Plenty of crosses with Joe Quigley, Fond up Talum up front. They brought in quite a lot of new players as well. They got Jamie Robson from Forest Green, Josh Hawkes from Tranmere, Donovan Daniels from Walsall, Tom Pett on a permanent deal, who they had on loan last season, who worked under DC at Port Vale and Cheltenham, I believe. Ryan Woods, as we all know, another ex-former Rovers player. I'm sure. Yeah, he'll be starting again. Kieran Morris, another one from Tranmere, of course. Mickey Mellon was at Tranmere, for those that don't know, and has brought with a lot of his old players. Luke Hannon, who had a brilliant season in the National League with Gateshead. Jack Stevens as well, and yeah, Drew Quigley, who scored his first goal at the weekend as well. Yeah, no game is easy. Yeah, you know, Mickey Mellon will have them well drilled. I'm sure about that. They've conceded 3 less goals than us. I think we've conceded 6. They've conceded 3. Scored the same amount of goals. When we have played Oldham in the past at home, there's not been many goals in those games anyway. I think 3 of the last 4 we've won 1-0. Obviously, I think Harvey Saunders scored the last goal against them. I think it was 1-0 under Joey. Obviously, lost to them away from home. I mean, our away record at a lot of places is poor anyway. But yeah, we've lost 3-2 to them at home. I think that was when they had Owen Doyle on a Tuesday night at the Mem. But yeah, what's your thoughts on Oldham? Of course, a game that we really, really need to be getting a win, or at least something from, to just stop the bleeding, if you will. What do you make of Oldham, and thoughts on that game and how they set up, etc.?
Yeah, I think it's not. I don't see it too dissimilar to sort of the Fleetwood scenario where I said I just think you look at Fleetwood and you look at Oldham and you look at sort of Montha, Conlon, Fondop, Quigley. Where do we win the fight? Like, where do we win the fight? I mean, you're good, battle hardened pros. You know, Conlon's probably done 250 league games easy. Montha's a man mountain. You've got 2 centre forwards there that are out and out, back to goal, elbows, make it horrible and awkward for you, won't give you a minute's peace. Much like they'll both give you a hard night's work, much like Ryan Loft will. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back to goal, elbows, everything in your face, around your throat, gripping hold you, chasing you down, leaving loads on you. I just think I look at that, and the one thing you can't get into with this Oldham side, I think, is going toe to toe and trying to win the battle with them, because
we need to try and play football.
They'll just if you get into an arm wrestle with them, they'll beat you.
Yeah.
And it's not as easy as saying, oh, you've got to try and play around them, because, like I say, you go on evidence, we're terrible at that as well.
Yeah. We're probably poor at that. Yeah.
I don't know the answer, and it's not my job to find the answer. Like, Clark's in the position to try and do this, and like I said, he's gone into it eyes wide open. He's got to try and find a way of being able to stop Oldham doing what they are traditionally very good at, is being direct. They'll be as direct, and there's a very different way of going long and boom ball to being direct.
Yeah.
Being direct is playing with a purpose. You bypass your midfield on purpose. Your midfield going joining off the back of 2 big, strong men up top that can get hold of it and win fouls and make life awkward for your defence to not be able to get out. And if you translate that to our side, Christ, they're streets ahead of us compared to us with that. So I want to believe we can get something at home, under the lights, at the Mem. But I'm struggling to see how we do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a tough one, especially like you know what we've seen so far. Yeah, a dominance like usually, forget the squad we've had this season, last season, even in the past, like under Joey, whoever. Again, we do tend to struggle against these sides that want to be, dominant in the air, sides that want to go direct, and like you said, have that game plan. Because like you said, it's different to just long ball. It's sides do try and do that, try and get it forward, and try and get players around them, like you said. Yeah, well, yeah. If they're, I
like the Ogle kiddie, the Aussie kiddie at fullback.
Yeah,
I think he's a decent kiddie. I think he's one of them that will give you a 7 and an 8 every week. Like he don't jink in and out of play. He does he gets it out of his feet, he moves it, he goes again, and he'll find a yard of space to get it in. I quite like that Ogle kid. I've watched him a couple of times. I watched him at Woking last season, and he was very good at what he does. His skill set isn't ridiculously high, but the things that he's good at, he does all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I when I've seen him a couple of games, yeah, he has looked good, to be fair. Yeah. So yeah, the last lineup they had, obviously there'll probably be a few changes for both them and us, but the last lineup they had was Hudson in goal, Ogie or Ogle at right back, Manny Monf, Daniels, Robson in back four, Sutton on the right, Ryan Woods and Tom Conlon midfield, Hannon on the left, and then Fondup, Tallow and Quidgley up top. Yeah, like you said, it's not going to be easy. We really do need to try and, because I'm just like, we really need to try and get the first goal, because that it could really turn bad. Like, I don't want it to. I really don't. I think first, because like you said, we've had it before when we've played these physical sides, these teams that don't really want to, and rightly so. They come away from home, try and frustrate the home crowd, but we really need to get the first goal, because you just know what they'll be like if they take the lead. We really need to go and get that first goal. Well, let us know your lineups as well, even to Harry as well. And yeah, thanks to everyone else that is tuning in. Again, keep getting in your comments. Let us know your predictions down below, your score predictions and your lineup predictions. And of course, if you're watching back, let us know yours as well in the comments. So yeah, Josh has gone for lineup wise. Anyway, we're getting to lineups for, and let us know as well in the comments. So he's gone for, where's his team really put? So he's gone for Southwood in goal, Southern Hells at right back, Sparks left back, Lapata and Kilgore centre back, one holding midfielder of Howley, and then he's gone for like a 4-1-3-2. So a very attacking team, or as attacking as you can get, really. So he's gone Luke Thomas right wing, Hutchinson in the 10, or left mid, Soterio, and then up top he's gone for Ellis, Harrison and Fabrizio. What would you do for lineup wise?
I'd go with Southwood in goal. Personally, I'll go with a back three of Lapata, Kilgore and Ellison. I'd go 2 holding midfielders with legs of Conte and Howley. I'd go Southern Hells and Sparks either side of that. Hutchinson off of Kevin and Harrison.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah,
and I don't think that gets a result.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I would go for the very similar, well, the same formation you picked last week, 4-3-1-2, because of the fact that we don't have many. We got Thomas that can play, obviously is a winger. Satiru can play as a winger, but yeah, I'll go 4-3-1-2. I would go, yeah, Southwood, Southern Hells, Kilgore, Lapata, Sparks. Midfield 3 of Howley, Conte and McEachran, Hutchinson in the 10. And I would go for Ellis and Fabrizio up top. Personally, of course, let us know in the comments as well. And yeah, keep letting us know. Charlie's gone 4-2-3-1 with Southwood, Southern Hells, Kilgore, Lapata, Belongo, Howley, Conte, Omachuri, Fabrizio and Harrison. Yeah, that's fair enough. What Jason, even to you as well, saying what we'll say if DC starts 3 at the back again? Do we start to question if he knows what to do with this group? Yeah, I mean, if he wants to keep playing that, then fair enough. But from what I've seen, not just him but other managers in the past, we don't really have the thing. Is with a lot of these teams that are playing 3 at the back, right? And the thing that Rovers aren't doing at the moment with this 3 at the back is the wing backs, because we're not keeping the ball and because we not a lot of the times we're not really holding it up, the wing backs can't really get that forward. So if they can't get that forward, there's not really much point of playing with that formation because you need your wing backs to be wingers basically, and we haven't been doing that like these 4 games. So yeah, I would go for the back, but I would probably, and it's annoying because Daryl, the last 3 games he's put it back in the second half. He's gone to a back 4, so we'll see. We will see. But yeah, score predictions. Let us know in the comments as well. Josh has gone 4-0. What's he gone for? What do you reckon?
Ever the optimist. He keeps on going on about being a must-win, doesn't he? So I'm assuming he's predicted us to win. So
must win, yeah. I agree. Must win. We must.
Okay, right. Just out of interest, if we don't win, then what? Does next week become a must-win? Because what happens if we don't win Tuesday? If we don't win Tuesday, why is it critical that we win Tuesday? Because it just rolls on. That means every game is a must-win, doesn't it? In the whole context of every single game in the league.
Every game's a must. We must.
I expect he's gone 2-1.
Close. He's gone 2-0. Clean sheet gas. Yeah.
Ever the optimist. Ever the optimist.
Neil's laugh. Yeah, he's gone 2-0. Promised off the bench and Hutchinson getting the goals. Yeah, let us know in the comments. There was a few earlier. I'm gonna try and get back to you because there's been a lot of comments. Where were those other score predictions earlier that a few of you sent in? So Harry's gone 1-0. Harry Jenkins has gone 1-0. There was another few, but I can't seem to find them. There's been a lot of comments. So, yeah, thanks. Everyone send them in. Phil, 74 has gone. Oldham to win 3-1. Christ almighty. I tell you what, it ain't going to be... I think it'll be even worse if we lose again at home against a team that's just come up. And I'm not, this is just the predicament that we're in. I know we've already lost, 3 in the league, but if we even lose, no matter what the score is, like, it's going to be really, I'm not really wanting to see that Mem at full time. It's going to be horrific. Fordham Blue has gone 2-0 Oldham. Dave Brimble as well, who is Huddersfield. He's from Bristol, but he moved to Huddersfield. I'm staying half an hour from the Mem, and I'm not going tomorrow night. That's how frustrated I am with the football club. I was a season ticket holder for years. Yeah, I don't really blame you, to be honest. Like, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard to even. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But yeah, let us know even more predictions. Jason Alsop's gone 2-2. Joe Jarrett 1-1. Matt's 2-0 Gas. 2-1 Oldham, says AB. Yeah, Neil, what's your score prediction? Are we getting a point, or do you think it just continues the poor form?
I don't. We haven't scored at the Mem this season, have we?
No. Yeah, played 2 games, League and Cup, and yeah, we've not scored.
Me being Mr. Positive, then I'll throw out that we get a goal. I don't know how, from somewhere. It will materialise that we score at home. I think we get beat 2-1.
Goal scorers.
Fondop, Quigley, and Harrison for us.
Harrison, yeah. Harrison's got a decent record. He scored quite a few against Oldham in the past. Yeah. What else we've got? Michael Dunn's gone. Go for it at the back and we lose 2-0. Go with the back 4 and we win 1-0. Love that. Lucas even the 2 as well. 1-0. Gas. Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, if you missed it, what I said earlier, the last three out of the last 4 home games against Oldham, we've won 1-0. So if we are going to win, it does look like a 1-0. But yeah, Neil, you've gone for a defeat. I'm not really surprised, to be honest, but we're just poor. It's tough. It's tough. Very tough. Shane has gone 2-1. I'm not sure whether that's to Rovers or Oldham. Hopefully to the Gas. Casey is back. 2-1 Gas. Love that. I'm going to go for... Oh, my God. Do you know what? I've seen enough green. Well, I say seen enough. I've seen a few green shoots Saturday. So 2-0 Gas.
Right, now you've spoke with your heart. Tell me about what your head's saying.
1-0 Gas. 1-0 Gas, mate, going off the record of the last 4 home games against them. I just think, I mean, surely we just have to. We have to.
Okay, I'm not saying it's completely out of the question. Like anyone can jag a win here and there, sort of thing. But I'm just going, just go on evidence of what you've seen over the first 4 games. Where does that result come from?
Yeah, obviously basing it off what we've seen. Yes, I just think.
I think if we win tomorrow night, Oldham don't show up. I think they'll be horrible. I just think I think any team that we beat at the minute from what we've seen, any team that we beat at the minute are all at sea, or something goes on, or there's a catastrophic error. Because again, I've not seen over 4 games that we're better than anyone at anything we do.
No, I agree with that. Oh yeah, I agree. There's yeah, there is. Yeah, it's been tough, like really tough. Like, yeah, but I just don't want it. I mean, it's already been pretty. Obviously, that Cambridge game was pretty bad. Like, you can, like some of the, and yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, some people, obviously, everyone's allowed an opinion, but because obviously there was less people there. You know those type of games where you can hear what every obviously fan is saying, and like the amount of, and I get it. Like, a lot of people are fuming, but I just don't want it to be like that again, because honestly, if we lose, and what we've seen so far, if we lose on Tuesday, I'd hate to think what the men's going to be like throughout that game, because it's getting like, it's just getting mental, really, because yeah, obviously everyone's obviously putting their
Look, the fella in charge is going to get more rope than any other manager that you could have ever appointed. This fan base will not turn on this manager until it's dire. He will get more leeway and more rope than any manager you could have put in charge. So,
thing is,
it'll
though,
be interesting to see.
He needs to come. I like Darryl. I'm backing him, but for example, if we lose the next 2 games, he can't keep. And I know the fans have been saying it, but as a manager, you cannot keep coming out and saying, "Oh, the players are scarred in that," because it'll only get a lot of, even you say, and it's probably it's obviously true. Like, he'll get a lot more support and a lot less sort of anger from fans, but he cannot keep. It's only so much he can say.
The novelty wears off quick. It does eventually.
Yeah.
But again, his go-to line in the summer was, I'm not here for sentiment. I'm here to win.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Get to work then, lad. Get to work. But I know you don't want to go into it. I know you don't want to spend loads of time on it. But what's your opinion on this post-match interview from Hutchinson? Where do you sit on it? Where do you, just from your point of view, what do you think as far as the way that what got said, how it got said, the way it got delivered? I'm just interested. What do you think of it? Because I know what I think of it. I'm just seeing what you think of it.
Yeah, my thought on it, I was. Oh, well, don't get me started with the sort of the. Yeah.
Well, but when you hear it at 5:30, and when you think about it now, I bet it's completely. You've got a bit of time to think about actually. Surely you've got a bit of time to think about actually, like, I don't know, maybe, but I'm thinking of it like with my players add on. I'm thinking of it from that point of view. Like, I'm just interested in what your point of view is, as someone who stands in them stands and watches them run around and do the thing, etc.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was a bit different because I didn't hear it until when did we get home? About 5 o'clock we got home, so I didn't hear it till then. I didn't hear it straight after. So when I heard it, And I didn't, because first of all, I got home, looked on Twitter, then I seen it. It was just going mental. Like you can imagine, you've probably seen it. It was going off. But when I seen it, it wasn't the whole thing. It wasn't the whole thing. It was just one phrase he used, and I get it. It's going to be a different. Like he would probably think the same thing if he was a fan. But it was the one thing he said. It was, and I can't remember how he said it now. But it was the bit where he basically said, he said something about the fans in the way. I can't remember what he said now. It wasn't the bit like at the start where he said, where the bloke asked him, because obviously the bloke's got every right to ask that, because, you know, there has been a lot of games where there has been, you know, we're 1-0 down and, you know, game's done or whatever. But there was one bit he said, what did he say? Someone let us know in the comments, because he said, basically said, you know, the fans have had enough, you know, enough is enough or something like that. And it was, he said, yeah, it was something like that. It was just that bit. The rest of the stuff, you know, like you said, a player's not going to come out and say, you know, so and so's shit, so and so's not done running, so and so's not putting effort, because obviously then he'll basically never play again, and he'll have all the players, you know, on himself. So that bit is fair enough from a player point of view. You're not going to go and slag out teammates and come out in the media, but it was just a little bit he said about. That's the one. Question the players' work ethic is a disgrace from the fans' point of view. That was the bit that I thought was wrong, because I had a little tiff with someone basically saying if that was you, you'd be saying exactly the same thing. But that was the only thing. Everything else he said, like, you know, going. And I get it. As a fan, it's different, because we will go back to last season, because that was the last time we won a game, and we've seen it for a while now. This isn't just a 2-week thing or a 3-week thing. So I get his thing on that. Yes, we all need to move on and be collective, but obviously it's hard because all of us are just wounded. I get the players are wounded as well. People can, you know, obviously even me, I can say, you know, a player was poor, but I get that they're wounded, and I get the fans are done, completely done. But yeah, apart from the little comment where he said, you know, how the fans can question our effort, that is the thing, because from what we've seen and what you've seen and, you know, everyone else has seen, that was the thing. But apart from that, it didn't really, you know, that was fair enough. But it was just a bit where he said about the fans thinking, how can they question our effort? And I get it. If you're saying that to a professional, I get it. They're going to be fuming, and I would be as well. But you've got to think it from a fan's point of view, where we've paid stupid money. Some people, you know, stayed there, some people left at 6:30 in the morning. You know, you talk about, and I don't want to bring it up, but what is it? 2 points from a possible 39 away from home. We haven't won away for 5-6 months, and we've took 750 on a 12:30 televised game. You know, people have got the right. I get it. Some people are way too much.
Just from my point of view, again, me on the other side of the coin, and this is something that's been said to me, not anything to do with Rovers, but it's been said to me directly, as far as, you know, you get shit here and there when you play and when you don't, and when things happen and people can throw a load of crap at you and whatever. But if someone's going to come out to you and say something, and then come out with a line of, we pay our hard-earned cash and we come every week and this, that, and the other, like, that's true and it's fair, but no one drags you kicking and screaming to do it. You choose to do that. You don't have to go. Like, if I think it's shit and I think I've got a better use of my time than going to watch something that in my head is crap and not good, I'll find something better to do. No one drags you kicking and screaming to go and watch Bristol Rovers if you don't want to. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I look at that comment. As far as what Hutchinson said, the bulk of the interview, I think he's protected himself and his teammate. And again, with the other side of the coin, looking at it, if he walks back into that dressing room, I'm thinking, all right, he's done his bit to try and galvanise us. Forget the outside noise.
Yeah.
Look after.
That's what I mean. I get it. I get it. That point. That's fair. That's fine for me. But it was just a bit where he just said about, where it wouldn't have been like, it was literally that thing where he said, where he said how fans can, and I get it, I would be fuming as well, but also as a fan's point of view, he would think he would have said the exact same thing if he would have been in that, if he was a fan.
And yeah, and like I said before, players think like players and fans think like fans. You'll never ever get them two mentalities to marry up and meet. They'll never see it because they'll never understand each other. Like there's some stuff that, like, yourself, there's some stuff you and Josh say that I can't fathom where you're coming from with it. Doesn't mean it's wrong. I just can't get into that mindset of where you're coming from with it. And probably like for like with me. But again, we observe football differently as well. Like you've sat and stood next to me at football. I'm not animated at all. I don't get involved in singing, shouting. I don't get I just sit and analyze and try and understand what I'm looking at. Whereas like you're in it for the event as a fan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I sit and methodically look at where that game's going. I just think, we just look at it with two very different sets of eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what makes this, because like you said, me and Josh are the fans, and like you said, you've sort of been in that. And
look, football clubs don't get built. Football clubs and fan bases don't get built off of people like me. Fuck no, like they don't. Like I said, there's a million other like Bristol Rovers fans that are far more passionate and care and get emotionally invested more than I do. But again, I think it's a background thing, like where you've come from and what you've done, and where others have come from what they've done. It just does. It allows you to go in a certain direction, and you and Josh are in one direction. I look at it from another direction. It just, I mean, I don't think there's any right and wrong behind it. It's just you just come at it from different sets of eyes, don't you?
Yeah. That comment, John away, Marcus masterclass. Yeah, Neil would show now, but that's fair. Like that's the good thing about it. Like it would be completely like different if we were there, because then it would just be if me, you and Josh, and it was like it'd be like the same as fans. Like that's why it's all it's all completely different. Completely different. Shout out to Toby as well in the exactly. Harry, have a chat face to face, because Toby, like me and Neil spoke and stuff, and I know, don't get me wrong, it's going to be, it is frustrating, but let's see what happens. But we've been going nearly an hour and 20 minutes. But we're going to end it now. A lot of stuff spoke about. Obviously we've done our predictions. Obviously Josh couldn't make it, but Josh should be back on Thursday. But fingers crossed we can get the win. Me and Josh have gone for 2-0 win. Neil's gone for a 2-1 loss. But thanks to everyone that's watched live. Thanks to everyone that watches after as well. Keep up the quality support. Obviously, follow the socials. If you haven't already, use the Fan Hub code, which is in the description and in the blue little thing going above there as well. And lots of different opinions, but it's always good. As always, Neil, thanks for being back on. Obviously, we missed you last week, but it was good to have you back.
Try and do it when I can, mate.
Yeah, definitely. But leave a like. Thanks for the support. Leave your comments after if you didn't get any in, and we'll see you in the next one. Out of gas.